Defense stocks on the rise amid the deadly conflict between Israel and Hamas. Now, shares of Lockheed Martin and RTX among the names in the green ahead of the open. Overseas, Europe's defense stocks are among the best performers on the day. And energy stocks are also higher as crude prices spike. Here to talk about that and more, we want to bring in Chris Versace. He is Tematica's Research Chief Investment Officer. Chris, it's great to see you. So first, let's just talk about the rise in geopolitical tensions right now, the threat that this potentially poses to the market. How are you assessing this risk?
Well, clearly it's an evolving risk. Details over the weekend, I think, caught some folks understandably by surprise, and we're watching the developments. But I think we got to step back a little bit because this is really just another layer of uncertainty that the market's dealing with. Obviously, here at home, we've got the extended UAW strike. We've got the strike that's going on in Las Vegas. We're hearing reports we're going to see additional strikes, perhaps from Walgreens employees. There's the big uncertainty about what the Fed is going to do. And we've got some big economic reports coming out this week, CPI, PPI, and about a dozen Fed speakers. So, when you come into today, what we saw unfold over the weekend is another reason that we're going to see the market, start a somewhat shortened week, if you will, given today's holiday, in a risk-off mode. And I think that explains exactly why we're seeing folks flock to the dollar, why treasuries are going higher, and subsequently the market selling off. Again, just a lot of uncertainty coming into this week, but even more so as we start the week off.
Chris, when we had talked about some of those top exports that come out of Israel and the importance there in terms of the international business community, when you think about what investors might look towards to try and figure out or get a gauge on how isolated this is and to what extent as well it may play out, what could investors look towards?
Well, I think the comment that was made earlier about this likely to take, some degree of time is spot on. And as a result, I think one of the biggest markets that we're going to have to watch is oil. It is trending higher. Remember, we had renewed concerns as we move towards the end of the year that if China's economy actually starts to pick up, that we might see some supply constraints. This could obviously, I won't say impact it, but it could obviously make it even worse. So we could see oil prices move even higher over the near to medium term. In terms of some of the other end markets that you talked about, Brad, you were talking about chips, particularly for autonomous driving, that sort of thing. It is going to be something to watch. I think the big question is, how long does this really go on for? Typically when we're tracking the larger global economy, the four horsemen that we tend to watch are going to be the U.S., China, the Eurozone, and Japan. So, seeing how this impacts their imports, their exports will probably be the first sign that'll tell us what the real impact is going to be.